Hey guys, I'm Aaron Lavoie, the Midwestern Hoof Trimmer, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been posting much lately. I had the trip to Egypt and it was 10 days away from home, even though it was only 5 days of working. A lot of travel time wrapped up in that one. And then I came right home to a 4-day one-on-one course here, which I didn't get an opportunity to make a video of, but I'm getting back at it. And I'll tell you what, today we're just having a hot, nasty day. It is very hot, very humid, and kind of a gloomy, blah day. And I thought, what better to do on a gloomy, blah day than go to my file of lost footage, videos that I didn't quite have intros and outros and stuff made of, or any other footage that matched of that video, but I've been kind of keeping them because they were interesting. And today I went and put them together for you guys. Another thing I did today was put the Patreon shirts in the mail. I also sent one to that other hoof trimmer in Scotland, what's his name, Graham Parker. Yeah, I put one in the mail for him too. So if you want to see a little bit more of the channel, check out my Patreon page. They got a little bit of more live updates while I was in Egypt. Not even as much as I would have liked to, because there's really not a lot of internet service out in the middle of the desert where I was. Anyways, enough talk. I'm gonna take you to the footage, the lost footage files. Hope you enjoy this. So first, I'm just going to take you guys through a normal trim. We do our maintenance trims at 100 days in milk, as well as dry off and pre-fresh heifers, which means pre-calving. We trim them around 45 days prior to calving. Now this girl doesn't have very much extra length. We are mostly just rebalancing the sole of each claw to restore the pedal bone to its original balance. This trim is what I call corrective wearing. So we're pretty much just correcting the uneven wear that she has. That little notch that I carved was just to ensure that that small hole that she had, able to pack and collect more debris or stones, as well as one here. I'm always going to check those out, especially when they're on or near the white line. And the rest of the black that you see on the sole of her foot is just pigmentation. But because we run a pretty strict maintenance regime, this is what 99% of our hoof trimming consists of. But now I'm going to take you guys to a couple of hoofs that were not quite as smooth as this last one. So here we got a girl that came into the shoot, and she wasn't really limping, but I could tell immediately when I picked her foot up that there was a little bit of something going on there. She had a small crack on her heel where I could tell an abscess had previously opened up and drained out from. So even though I'm going to do my normal trim and balance her hooves before I completely investigate this lesion, I was just kind of poking around so that I have an idea what I'm working with. So now that I've finished my whole normal trim, I'm just going to take my grinder and thin around the area that I know I'm going to have to do some knife work to remove any poor, loose, weak, damaged hoof horn. And again, this abscess has already opened up and drained out, but we need to eliminate any possibility of manure or debris compacting between the corium and the hoof horn. So I'm just very carefully making sure that I have everything that's separated removed without taking off any extra. Now that I've got her all cleaned up, I'm just going to treat her with a little bit of iodine just to be sure everything's disinfected. I'm going to wrap her up. That is hospital grade gauze that I use, as well as 3M vet wrap. I really like the 3M vet wrap because it's very breathable. It's not waxy. It allows the lesion to drain and breathe without holding any moisture or bacteria. And even though this lesion wasn't very deep, didn't go very far, she's still pretty soft on that outside heel, on her lateral heel. So I'm going to go ahead and put a block on her just to make sure that she heals with no problems. Here I'm not really removing any horn. I am only cleaning up all of my glue surfaces to ensure proper adhesion. And as always, I like to size up my block prior to putting it on. And I normally use the Bowie Bond XL, but after sizing it up on her, I decided I wanted to go with the Bowie Bond Large, just for a little better fit for this cow. Then after giving our glue about a minute and a half to set up, I'm just going to take my grinder and clean up any extra glue that squeezed out the sides that might have rough or sharp edges so that she doesn't cut or scratch her udder while she's laying down. Can you move the belly band to try to get her to stand? Come on, girl. There we go. There we go. All right. And now for the grand finale of this video, I'm going to go back to some footage that we had collected this winter. I believe this was in February, and I just never did get to making a YouTube video out of it. So this clip's going to be all Pedro, as I had to go outside to take a phone call and it was a little loud inside, and he ran across a foot that he thought would make some really good footage, and it really did make some good footage. Unfortunately, I didn't have any other footage to go with it as far as an intro and outro, just any other day-to-day trimming going on. We just had this one hoof that thankfully Pedro captured for us. So Pedro can tell there's something wrong with this hoof as soon as he looks at it, and just as he reaches for a knife, he decides to grab the camera for us, and I'm really glad that he did. So before he trims her up, he's going to give us a little peek. You can see there's some blood and pus coming out at the heel of her hoof where the abscess had already opened. This right here, he's pulling on it to give a better view. And as always, he's going to trim, normal trim first, and then explore the lesion. You can see that this girl is not very far out of whack. We visit this farm every Tuesday, and this lesion came about very quickly. Being that this was taken in February, my guess is she stepped on a sharp, jagged piece of manure, which caused damage to her corium, resulting in an abscess. Now he's just going to remove all the loose, damaged hoof horn, get it all cleaned up, disinfect it with iodine, put a wrap on, and elevate it with a block. Now that he's got everything removed, he's just going to give the claw that he's going to apply the block a quick little polish, not really removing any amount of hoof. He's just ensuring that all of his glue surface is completely clean. And just as I did on the last hoof, he's just sizing up this block to make sure that it's the size that he wants to use, and just get a good look at it, kind of planning out his angle. And after his glue's tacked up, then he's going to apply hospital grade gauze, treat the lesion with a little bit more iodine, and then wrap it with 3M vet wrap. We really like that because it allows the lesion to drain and it allows the lesion to breathe. And just like that, she's all fixed up. After that glue's dry in about a minute, she will be on her merry way. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as these girls are enjoying laying down in their nice clean sand stalls with the fan blowing on them. Till next time, we'll catch you on the flip flop. Bye.